Namaste and good morning from the Himalayan Yoga Association. Here we are for the anatomy and the physiology session for the 200 hours. Was waiting up for my students, but unfortunately, no one has joined yet. Maybe they will watch the recording later. So we'll move forward with our syllabus of the 200 hours here. On the day one, we have studied something. Yesterday we have studied something. Today we will see what we will be studying in our anatomy and physiology. But as on the day one, we studied about the introductory part about the anatomy and the physiology. Similarly, we have moved further towards the human cells, tissues, and the organs. That is nothing but the microscopic anatomy. So the day one, which we studied the flow chart, that means the types of the anatomy. We have the gross anatomy and the microscopic anatomy. Yesterday we started with the microscopic anatomy. Means we studied the cells and the tissues. What are the cells in short and what are the tissues and its types in short. These cells and tissues lie under the category of the microscopic anatomy, which means it needs the microscope to study in detail. The gross anatomy is what about the organ system. About the different organs, we have approximately 78 organs. So from today, we'll be studying all the organ systems. Organ systems is nothing but our human bodily systems. Human bodily systems consist of the group of organs. So the group of organs which makes up the specific systems that we will be studying. Alongside, we will talk about some of the posture, some of about the pranayam, some about the meditation techniques, some about the cleansing techniques related with that bodily systems, disease and disorders as well. So before we go now and learn some things about the first system, we will start with the opening prayer. So close your eyes and keep your back and spine straight. I will chant a mantra and then we all will chant Om one time. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much. So we have just revised what we have been doing from the day one. Now we will see about the human body system. The first human body systems here we'll talk about and start with the digestive systems. I hope you remember about the cells, about the tissues, and about few organs. So maybe try to watch these recording sessions available on the YouTube channel of the Himalayan Yoga Association. Here, try to connect with the management and they will guide you how you can see the videos, all our classes, if you have missed the sessions. Here, the digestive system. The digestive system is also made up of the group of certain organs, and the group of the certain organs together, like our intestines, our stomach, our food pipe, our throat region, all these kinds of organs inside will make up our digestive system. What is the purpose of the digestive system? It is very much important that when we will study about the cells before, so our cells required these nutrients or some kinds of nutrients to survive. And if the cell will survive in our body, then our body will survive. If the cell will not get any nutrients, the cell will die. And if the cell will die, like these trillions of cells will die, unfortunately, the physical body will also die. So the digestive system is what is very much important part or plays the important role to keep our cells healthy and alive. To keep ourselves alive is a one thing, but to keep ourselves healthy is what we need to follow something regarding with our structure of our body or the constitution of our body. So the constitution of our body is known as Prakriti. This part Prakriti is not, or I will not say anything about it in this session as it is a part of Ayurveda. So it depends upon how our body type is, like how it is about Vata type, Pitta type, Kapha type. Depending upon that, we need to also follow our diet and how this process works of the digestive system is basically whatever we eat, that nutrients are going to absorb. So if we follow the unhealthy diet, no matter we can keep ourselves alive, but we cannot keep ourselves healthy. And if the cells are not healthy, the human body is not healthy. And if the human body is not healthy, the human is not happy. So this is what our life, if we want to keep happy for the permanent period of time, we need to keep our body healthy. Here, starting with the digestive system, in short process of digestive system, I hope you can see the whiteboard here. Digestive system, in short, the process or how it works in short process. So, the first process of the digestive system is known to be as ingestion. Then the second process of the system is known to be as secretion. I will tell you what are these ingestion and secretion. So we will just write down this, how will it work. The third one is what? The mixing and movement. The fourth one is nothing but our absorption, or we can also call it as the digestion. After the chemical digestion, we have the absorption, and after the absorption, I hope you can see the board down here, we have excretion. So, starting with the first, in the digestive system, which is the system where it applies, where the food enters from the mouth and exits from the anus here, that where the food passes through all the organs here, it is very essential or it is very important part to absorb all the nutrients from the food so that to keep ourselves alive and healthy. The first process is the ingestion process. The ingestion process is what? The process where the food goes inside the oral cavity, that is the mouth. Here in the ingestion process, the mechanical digestion begins. The mechanical digestion is happening due to the cutting of the food or breaking down of the food with the help of the teeth. It starts right in our oral cavity in the ingestion process. So inside our mouth, we will see and learn about some oral cavity things about the teeth, tongue, and the rest of the things as well. So in this process, these teeth needs or break down the food more than the chemical digestion. So 60 to 70% of the food is digested only in the mouth. Even before it goes into our stomach, it has been digested in our mouth only. So this is what the ingestion process here, right? Then we have the secretion process. Secretion process is nothing but the amount of the enzymes and the saliva produced in our mouth. So in our mouth, with the help of the salivary glands, it will produce or secrete some saliva, which will help to moist the food or make it soften. And this secretion process will also have some enzymes in our mouth, which will help to break down of the food. The food, as it passes through the mouth and the oral cavity, will mix and move. So the mixing and movement process is nothing but it will mix with these enzymes and the acids here in our food pipe, and it will be getting into our stomach. So it will be going into our stomach. As it moves and mixes in our stomach with acid, the chemical digestion process begins. So here we write down the chemical digestion process. Here it will begin. Here the ingestion process was the mechanical digestion process. And the chemicals in our stomach, like we have the acids and some digestive enzymes with the digestive juices, it will be applying on the stomach, and it will send the food to the intestines to absorb the amount of nutrients. After absorbing this absorption process, the amount of nutrients and the amount of water from the food which needs to be given to our cells, then the food is being converted into the waste product, and this waste product in the solid form is being excreted out. That is to be known as the process of excretion. The last one, if you will see here, the process of excretion, excreted out from the body. So here this was in short about the 6 main things we need to remember as a process of the digestive system, very much in short. Now we will study each and everything about it in deep and detail. So starting with this process, we will now study about the parts of the digestive system. For to study the parts of the digestive system, I hope you are carrying a paper or a pen. Even if you are watching this as a recorded session, try to carry the paper or a pen, and whatever we will be seeing or watching or learning on this whiteboard, try to note it down side by side. So first we will draw the diagrammatic representation of the digestive system, where we will study about some parts of the digestive system. Okay. I will raise it. Hope you have written down this digestive system process. So first one, ingestion. The second one, secretion. Third, mixing and movement. Fourth one, digestion. Fifth, absorption of the nutrients. And the sixth one, excretion. Now, we will see about the parts of the digestive system. So giving the heading here, parts of the digestive system. So here we'll draw a diagrammatic representation. I hope you can see the diagrammatic representation here. So here I am drawing the food pipe first, as the food pipe will be connecting all the way down to our stomach first. The stomach slightly located to the left side of our body. Now we will have the stomach, and then as it will move further, this is the connection of the intestine as you can see. This intestine is connected against small intestine to the large intestine. And the large intestine ends up with our rectum and the anus. Just a small diagrammatic representation here. We will see now when we will label the part. So the first one, label this part as a mouth, as your oral cavity where the food gets inside. The section at the end of the oral cavity, this region is known to be as pharynx region. Pharynx region is nothing but our throat. Below the pharynx region, you will find out the flap of tissue. That flap of tissue is nothing but our epiglottis. What is epiglottis? That we will see. Epiglottis will be sending the food to the food pipe here. Then this one is our food pipe that is known to be as esophagus in the anatomical term. This is our esophagus. Now, here is our stomach. I will just write down the S in a circle which represents our stomach. On the left side, below the stomach, you will see the black, small, sharp, leaf-like structure. Here I am drawing that. That leaf-like structure in a black, dark, this is known to be as pancreas. And we have the liver and the gallbladder as well, where we can draw it on the right side of our body. So here is the left side. This one is the right side of the human body. When we will face like this is our right side, this is our left side. So left side you will see the stomach, pancreas, the right side you will see the liver now, which you will draw. Here in the liver, you have one duct. So whatever liver will produce, the material you will see that will be sent to this duct for the chemical digestion. and whatever the intestine will send back to the liver, that will be stored here in the gallbladder. That whatever is nothing but our bile, that we will study later when we will talk about liver. So here I will represent gallbladder, and here I will represent liver. So liver and the gallbladder is inside the liver. This one is our large intestine, and the inside one is our small intestine. So we have small intestine, large intestine, and we have the anus. So first region above the anus is known to be as rectum, and where the food excretes in the waste material is known to be as anus. So these are in short the organs, or we can say the parts of the digestive system. So in the gross anatomy, which do not require the microscopic study, here it makes the group of organs. After we studied the cells and the tissues, the group of cells makes the tissue, the group of tissues makes the organs. Similarly, this group of organs will make our system, and this is known to be a digestive system. So these are the group of organs or the parts of the digestive system. This S is nothing but our stomach. So note down these things. I will just wait for a minute when it is recording, and then we'll erase down this to study and start with the process of the food. So how will the food travel? That will just show you with the red marker. Here the food will pass through the mouth. It will travel down to the stomach. From the stomach, it will go down first. Where? To the small intestine. So traveling all over the small intestine first, the food, it will enter to the large intestine now. Now from the large intestine, it will go all the way, and it will pass through the anus, that is known as excretion. So the food passes from the mouth, then goes into the small intestine zigzag. Then it will move down to the large intestine, and it will excrete out from the anus. Here, the liver and the gallbladder and the pancreas and the stomach plays the important role to digest the food chemically inside the intestine with the help of the digestive juices. So what kind of digestive juices they will produce, we will see further. Cleared. I hope you got it. I will erase this part for the digestive system section, and we will move further with our next topic about the digestive system. We will start with the oral cavity, that is the mouth. So the next one, what is inside our mouth? First of all, what is inside in our mouth? In our mouth, we do have the first important where the mechanical digestion begins is our teeth. The second important in our mouth, the oral cavity, is the salivary glands, and the third important is our tongue. So How many number of teeth we have in our mouth? The total number of teeth for each and every adult, on an average adult person, we do have the number of teeth 32. So 32 teeth are being present in our oral cavity to completely digest the food mechanically only in our mouth. So if we will eat fast, the food will not get digested properly even if it enters in our stomach. So we have to or we need to eat much, not much fast, but on an average speed, not much slow as well, or try to chew the food mechanically more than 50 to 60 times. So here up to 50 to 60 times per bite. So per food item we insert in our mouth, we need to chew it couple of times, more than 50 times here. Even if we have, we say the people say if we have 32 teeth, then we should at least bite for 32 times. But to digest it mechanically, we need to do it more than the 32. That is approximately I have to do 50 times or 60 times to live or to digest the food properly and to get all the nutrients absorbed from the mouth, converting into the enzymes here given to the cells. Then the rest of the things will be digested chemically in our stomach. So here talking about the oral cavity, first one I will write oral cavity. This is our mouth section. In our mouth section, the number A will be teeth and there will be 32 types of teeth. 32 number of teeth. This 32 number of teeth will be helpful for the mechanical digestion. What types of teeth will be there with and how will it help to digest the food mechanically, that we will see. So these 32 teeth are being present 16 in the upper jaw and 16 in the lower jaw. So 16 teeth in the upper jaw and the 16 teeth in the lower jaw makes up the 32 teeth. Here, I will just represent you the upper jaw. This is just the upper jaw. So in the upper jaw here, first one, you will see 16 number of teeth. But here in the upper jaw, I will just make what are these types of teeth. We'll write here M, M, M. That means the molar. Then we'll write or show some teeth which are known to be as premolar. Then we do have some teeth which are known to be as canines. And we have some teeth which are known to be as incisions. So this is I, C. Three molars denotes P. So three molars on one side. So in total, you will have 6 molars in the upper jaw, and total number of molars teeth will be 12 in our oral cavity, upper and lower jaw considering. So there are premolar teeth, canine teeth, incisor teeth. All these teeth I will draw again to the other side as well. So these are the 4 incisors on the top, 2 canines on the top, These are the four premolars on the top and six molars on the top upper jaw. So here is the same. See, one canine, one canine, two premolars, two premolars, three molars, three molars. So including the wisdom teeth. If you will have a question like, oh, so where is the wisdom teeth? The wisdom teeth, including this wisdom teeth. This is what the group of molars. Each and every teeth will have the different role. So total number of incisor teeth I will represent incisors. Then we have canines. Then we have the premolars. And we have the molars. Incisors will be 8. Canines will be 4. Premolars, again it will be 8. And molars will be 12. So if you will count 8, this will be the total number of teeth. Here I have shown only 4 incisors, but in the upper jaw there will be 4. Similarly, you will count in the lower jaw, there will be 4. So total I have been writing 8. Canines also 2 in the upper, 2 in the lower jaw, 4. Premolars 4 in the upper jaw, 4 in the lower jaw, total 8. And molars are the 6 in the upper jaw, 6 in the lower jaw. Incisor teeth. If we talk about this incisor teeth, these teeth are just to cut the food. These teeth are to cut the food into the tiny, tiny parts. And the canine teeth at the side are to tear the food. To tear the food. Similarly, the premolar teeth behind the canine teeth are to crush the food, and the molar teeth are to grind the food. So the sets of teeth which will help to digest the food mechanically have the different roles. The incisor teeth are here to cut the food. The canine teeth are to tear the food. The premolars are to crush, and the molars are to grind the food. So all this happens in our oral cavity under the mechanical digestion process. So here which we have seen the oral cavity, just today we will talk and discuss about the teeth. Similarly, we need to see apart from teeth, the salivary glands, and apart from salivary glands, we have also tongue. So that we will see in our next class. Apart from the salivary glands and the tongue, we will see and study the rest of the parts which we have just drawn the diagrammatic representation, but how it will work and function, that we will see as well. Up till here, is it clear whatever we studied about the system? If try to make sure if you have any doubts or if you have any queries regarding what we study about the classes, make sure to ask the doubts and the queries or the questions open-mindedly to our management, and the people, the management people will let us know to the teachers, and we will reply to the management back. Hopefully they will provide you all the answers again if you have any queries or any doubts. So we will see about our other systems on the other topics related with therapy as well. So now we will end this session here and we will try to chant Om and the closing prayer to end this weekend. Keeping the back and spine straight and eyes closed. I will chant the mantra first and then we all will chant Om one time. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukh Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much here. So try to remember the two types of anatomy, the gross and the microscopic. In the microscopic, we studied on the day 2. That means yesterday about the cells, tissues, and organs which needs microscope in the laboratory to study. Here we have seen in the short. And today we started with the gross anatomy. That means nothing but our organs. So cells and tissues will make up our organs, and this group of organs will make up our systems. So today we have just introduced what is digestive system. The rest of the process we will see in the next session. Thank you so much. Hari Om from the Himalayan Yoga School. I will end up meeting now. See you on Monday.